Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the latest episode of the No BS Airplane Show. Yes, sir. It's Friday night, bitch. Let's go. Oh, I'm not supposed to cuss in the first 30 seconds. Damn. I always forget. I always say something I shouldn't. We are doing Friday night flights, FNF. We are going to be doing some more learning in the FS Academy. So tomorrow we're going to get back to regular flying. Tomorrow we got a very good flight set up with the iFly 738 Max. Flying a little WestJet action tomorrow. So yeah, we got a good one for tomorrow. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Consider donating, becoming a member, liking us on Kick. Just try to help a brother out. The HBO, this is HBO, help a brother out. All right, let's go ahead and get this rolling here. Can't have the music up really much tonight because we got to listen to old James. Last time we left off on the glass cockpit, we went over all the ins and outs of the glass cockpit. So tonight we are going to be we're going to start with standard instrument departure. I don't think, did we do this? I thought we did do a standard instrument departure. Maybe we should do it again since it's been a while. Advanced, that's, I can't believe we're on number 13 already. No, we'll do GNS. I think we did standard instrument departure last time. I'll tell you what, let's do it again, just to be safe. It's only 15 minutes. I'll feel better if we do it first. I remember looking at it last time. It's gonna take a minute. There we go. All my controls should be okay. The push levers, those should be all set up. Navigraph is uninstalled as requested by FS Academy. I guess they're a little, I don't know, a little tweaked or a little offended by Navigraph for some reason. Oh, I gotta turn on the sound and shit. All right, character voices. Let's turn it up to 100. Oh. And subtitles.
Our IFR flight plan, however, permits us the freedom to operate even in the face of inclement conditions, so that is what we'll do. But how do we depart an airport
Who's calling me now?
The aerial pathways above us?
God damn it.
We fly a standard.
I gotta mute myself, guys. I'll be there in a second.
Think of a SID as the on-ramp to the IFR highway. It gets us climbing safely away from the runway and into the gloomy skies above us. After filing an IFR flight plan, air traffic control is fully aware of our intentions. The flight plan includes our aircraft type, registration, destination and intended route. We have selected the AIRAC departure, which is named by the waypoint AIRAC, where the SID ends and the airways begin. The procedure takes us from runway 08 to the Jersey VOR, Juliet Sierra Yankee. We leave Jersey on the radial 004, climbing initially to 5,000 feet, as we set up in the previous lesson. Use the altitude knob to set the altitude bug to 5,000 feet. We have tuned, identified and displayed the VOR set 5,000 feet as an altitude bug, course 004 on the CDI, and an initial heading of 083. We will depart runway 08, fly to the VOR using the bearing 1 needle, then leave Jersey on the radial 004. This sets us up for the SID, and we are ready to go. Set flaps 10, and will advise ATC that we are ready for departure. Golf Alpha Charlie ready for departure.
All right, I'm back. I had a phone call come in.
Golf Alpha Charlie, line up and
Unexpected
wait,
phone call.
runway 08.
Line up and wait, runway
We have our
08.
taxi lights on, Jeffro.
Enter runway 08, line up on the centre line and come to a stop. Turn on the landing light and the
That's what
strobes.
I'm talking about, boy. No taxi lights? How about cabin power? I bet you they would like to have some power back there. And fuel pump, we don't need to have one. All right, let's go back. Line up on the runway. Park and brake is off. I think the park and brake is off. Oh, no, it's not. Now it is. You look like a British prick. You know that, motherfucker? Fake eyelashes. I've never seen a flight instructor with fake eyelashes on. That's some shit right there. Bet you look over to the right. Look over to the right and see this dude with, with some big old fake eyelashes on, like looking like Boy George. Or what's that one dude's name? Trixie. Who's like gag, slay. Gag me with the T. What did she say? It's a Gundam always had Trixie on. Not like he wasn't interviewing her, but it was like a cutout he would do, like a Family Guy type cutout. Slay, honey. My picture okay? I think the music's a little loud.
Come to a stop on the centre line.
That's a little better. I just want to hear a little bit of a beat of music. We don't really need to hear it here. We're doing lessons.
For climb, we'll use the same pitch and power targets as before.
7.5.
7.5 degrees of pitch and full power. We will retract the flaps once above 300 feet above airfield level. That'll be about 600 feet on the altimeter.
Altimeter.
Golf Alpha Charlie, cleared for takeoff, runway 08, wind calm.
Cleared for takeoff 08, Golf Alpha Charlie. We're cleared for takeoff. Rotate to the climb attitude of 7.5 degrees and fly runway heading 083.
83, okay. We can do this. Takeoff power set. Airspeed is alive. Start releasing the yoke back a little bit. Now we're about neutral. Now we can lift up.
Now maintain this pitch target and keep us on heading 083. This is a climbing scan pattern, prioritizing the HSI. As we pass 600 feet, retract the flaps. Use the bearing needle on the HSI to fly us directly towards the VOR. Use the DME indication at the bottom left of the HSI to count down our distance to the beacon.
Oh shit, we are a little off course. There we go. It's a little better. All right, we're about 7.5. Haven't had to adjust our trim yet. Pretty sure my flight controls are saved on here, like my the graph I put in here. Let me check something out real quick. I'm sorry to do this. I'm just kind of thinking about, because I know I erased it at one point for to try something out with one of the airplanes. Oh, good. Okay, everything is still there. Pretty sure that's my settings. Yeah, that looks like something I put in there. I'd have to look at my pictures again. I have screenshots of it. Okay, well, at least that's close enough. At least it's not 0, which is what I really cared about. Oh, shit. Hope you don't say something to us. Gonna have to start adjusting our trim shortly. So we're about 3 miles out from the DME. We're gonna have to make a turn here pretty soon. We're going 90 knots. Going 90 knots. We needed probably about 9/10 of a mile to turn. Well, I don't know. That's not the ground speed. I think you have to use the ground speed for that. Okay, trim's gonna start. We're gonna need to
2 nautical miles DME distance from the VOR. We're going to leave the VOR on radial 004, which is set as our course. To anticipate the turn to our outbound radial and to roughly account for our slant range, we will turn when we get within 1 DME.
Told you.
I'll help you by setting the heading bug. I'll
thank
do this
you.
for you in most lessons.
Hey, you're pretty nice, man. I appreciate that. You're a little nicer than the guy from Hero to Zero. Zero to Hero, whatever that. I think it's 0 to Hero. 0? Yeah, 0 would come first. That would make sense. 0 to Hero. I had to think about that one for a minute. I
Now
love
start a
you.
left turn to heading
Dive Mountain Dew.
004.
We'll make a rate 1 turn. Let's get my feet on the rudders just in case. Still need to do our climb. Whoa, that's a little too much turn.
We are now on heading 004, flying from Jersey VOR. We're looking to fly the radial 004. We have some deviation of the CDI.
This is not New Jersey. This is Jersey over in the UK.
Towards the CDI bar to centre it. We are positioned on the radial 004 from the VOR as intended. Fly heading 004 to maintain this course.
Got it, pal.
Level off at 5,000 feet, using 10% VS as usual. The cruise pitch and power settings for the Cessna 172 are slightly different. Use 1 degree of pitch up and 2,400 RPM, giving 100 knots.
Okay. I can do that. I can do that. Yo, what up, dude? How's your weekend starting out? I was bored tonight. I wanted to learn something, so I decided to do some lessons. Let this British dude yell at me for a little bit. That's good, dude. Pretty good's always better than shitty. Shitty start to the weekend's bad, but pretty good. That's not too bad. All right, we're getting ready to level off. Then we have to drop our RPMs to 2400 and have a 1 degree pitch. Got it. All right, we can start.
Set the pitch at just 1 degree nose up.
Trimming out a little bit.
This is our new straight and level attitude. Accelerate to 100 knots, remembering to trim as needed. And set 2,400 RPM.
You cock. Isn't that close enough?
You can already see some of the advantages of our electronic displays. We can set a course, but still continue towards our beacon with the bearing needles. Our DME indication shows us our mileage on the VOR.
No, the lessons are great because that drills into my head like stuff that
using
some of the stuff I don't know that I'm looking at. No, I don't get bored with the lessons. I get sometimes bored with the actual flights. Bank left 17. I sometimes get bored with regular flying. Now I like these lessons.
Turn rate indication.
Sometimes I do them upstairs on the Xbox just to kind of stay refreshed. I haven't done these lessons yet though, so these are new. Yeah, I like this more than career mode. Yeah, that's for sure. Career mode I'm not a big fan of, but these lessons are pretty cool. These FS Academy ones I like a lot.
Now see how both our CDI bar and bearing needles indicate to us that we are diverging from our intended course.
That means we're pulling the tail.
We are flying from the VOR, so we are pulling the tail of the bearing needle. The CDI bar represents our selected radial, showing us where we want to be. As we are diverging to the left, the CDI is moving off to the right. Continue on this heading to gain some distance from the VOR.
Got it, pal.
We will now shift our directional reference from headings to tracks. Our heading is the direction our nose is pointing, whereas our track is our path over the ground. Track is the more correct reference for IFR flying, so we'll now begin to use tracks.
Okay. Heroin addicts use tracks too, buddy. You know that, right?
At the top of our HSI,
trains use tracks.
Is represented by a magenta diamond. In nil wind conditions such as today, heading and track will be equivalent.
Yeah, right
Turn
here.
right onto a track 049.
I don't see your heroin track. No, turn right. All right, let's do another rate 1 turn. About 17.5 degrees. There we go. Make sure we don't drop in altitude. Stay at 17.5, you bitch. Come on, bitch. This is a big turn, Jeffrey.
This sets us up for a standard 45-degree intercept to re-establish on the radial 004. See how the tail of the bearing needle is being pulled back towards our set course. The needle shows us how many degrees off course we currently are, giving a useful countdown to interception. Continue on track 049 until the CDI
Oh, why is that
reaches
be back in a
just
few
half
minutes
the
still on the
dot of
bottom? Oh, I never turned that off.
representing 2.5
Oops,
degrees.
my bad. This is supposed to be a 15-minute lesson. I think we're a little more than that at this point, buddy. I want to get to the next lesson. We're almost ready for procedure turns. I want to do those. I think that's like not the next lesson.
The CDI is starting to move in. When the CDI reaches between center and the first dot,
oh yeah, that's right. We have to make this turn first.
2.5 degrees of deviation. Turn to track 004 once this happens.
That's right. Once it gets in between the dot here and the airplane, we need to make our turn. our rate 1 turn. Almost. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Almost. Almost. Oh, we're almost there. All right, let's make our turn.
The CDI is at around 2.5 degrees. Now make a left turn to track 004. And get us re-established on the course 004. We have departed Jersey, flown the first part of a SID, left our radial, and then re-intercepted. Things are starting to fall into place. The electronic displays in front of us open up new possibilities.
They
and
do.
have immediately improved our accuracy.
We can watch movies on
and
them
situational awareness.
while we're flying. I can play the Hobbit movie on one screen and have the CDI on the other one.
Positioning system, GPS, which will be the subject of the next lesson.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have GPS next. Ooh, did I pass? Did I pass? Fuck yeah, I passed. That's what I'm talking about. What did I get? 8,500? You didn't yell at me one time. Not once did you yell at me, and you're going to give me an 85. This teacher is a ball buster, dude. The only time I got a perfect, I think there was 2. One was the intro, because I didn't have to do anything. And the other one was one of these up here. Partial panel or glass cockpit. I got a perfect on, because we didn't have to do anything on that one either. All right, lucky number 13. GN, Global Navigation, something en route. Then we have the effects of wind, hold, teardrops. I have some really easy methods on figuring out your procedure turn if you're ever trying to do one of those. I have a couple of videos on my channel. You can, I think it might be under Aero, the Aerofly playlist, or you can just search holding or VOR. But yeah, you can figure it out just in a few seconds. You just need a rose compass. All right. So this is supposed to be a 10-minute course. Are we going to fly, or are we just going to be looking? This teacher makes me angry sometimes. All right, GNSS. He does make me angry, man. He expects perfection. I'm American. We can't be perfect. We're American. If I was maybe British, maybe then we'd be perfect, right? Isn't that what you guys think? That all Americans are just fat pigs?
We pick up where we left off, at 5,000 feet, on the radial 004 from Jersey VOR.
We're not trimmed the same, though.
We've been navigating using ground-based radio beacons, such as VOR, NDB, and DME. Now we will reach for the heavens and use the space-based Global Navigation Satellite System, GNSS.
Reach for the sky,
provides
honky.
very accurate position information across the globe, including areas out over the ocean and beyond the range of conventional nav aids. GNSS is a global term, comprised of a series of systems. Of these systems, the Global Positioning System, GPS, is commonly used. Use the CDI button
oh shit,
at the bottom
we're
of
off
the
course.
PFD
I
to
shouldn't have
change
played
our CDI
Steven.
to display GPS.
Damn, Steven. Oh, we gotta switch modes.
We now see our CDI change to magenta, with GPS displayed on the HSI.
H.
Use the Direct to key.
K from K's
to open
Cooking
up
says
the
that too,
Direct
like
to
onions instead
window.
of onions.
With the FMS knob, dial in Angler as our waypoint. As
Well,
before,
bitch, I can't
the
do that
large
while I'm
knob
flying.
moves the cursor, and the small knob changes the value. Once Angler is set, press Enter, then Enter again to activate it. have Angler as our to waypoint, with the relevant information displayed along the top of the PFD, also in magenta. The distance displayed
I like those boxes. I wish that would be on the real flight plan.
Waypoint, so there are no corrections
like playing a video game
for slant range. It will read
like
Wartos, as we reach a waypoint.
One of those naval carrier landing games that you play on your phone.
As an angle. Our actual distance from
F-18
will
warfare
therefore depend on our distance from the VOR.
Wartos battleship landing
with
pads.
GPS, we have a different indication, known as cross-track.
Wartos mini military planes right on your phone.
Of our deviation from the route center line, displayed by the CDI bar.
These are the same kind of boxes you have in career mode.
To heading 045.
Should I follow the boxes or should I just turn? Oh, look, you have our heading indicator already there. How sweet, Jeffrey. You're so good to me, Jeffrey. Tonight we're going to call him Jeffrey.
We are leaving our GPS route to the right of track to demonstrate cross-track.
I saw the magenta thing.
The CDI bar is moving off to the left, showing that we should fly left to regain our course, as we saw with other navigation aids.
Other. How about other?
Use the
Say
PFD option menu to set the bearing 1 needle to GPS.
Alright, PFD option, bearing 1.
Now the bearing needle is pointing directly to our waypoint.
I wish I had this lesson like 3 years ago.
The CDI cross-track
instead of me just pushing buttons and figuring stuff out.
The mode we see is set automatically. In en route mode,
a lot of stuff I learned about these airplanes, I just learned it by just pushing buttons.
The CDI represents a cross-track of 2 nautical miles from the route center line.
You think?
En route will be used in the cruise portion of our flight, when at least 30 miles from our destination.
Fuck no, not this airplane. That'll be like an hour long.
As we get nearer to our destination, sensitivity is increased.
That's true.
Representing the more precise navigation accuracy required.
It's always more sensitive at the tip.
Within 30 miles of our destination, we would use terminal mode. In terminal mode, a full-scale deflection to the CDI represents 1 nautical mile of deviation from center
Never
line.
seen that mode before.
Once established on a GPS approach procedure, our CDI sensitivity narrows even further once we enter approach mode. 0.3 nautical
approach
miles
awesome.
is all it takes to reach full scale in approach mode, as this is the accuracy required to fly a GPS-based approach to the runway.
That would be your RNP, your required
GPS
navigation
we are in,
performance.
as it is displayed on the CDI. Currently, we are in
a lot of RNAV landings
so
and
deflection of the CDI
RNP
bar
landings
equates to 2 nautical miles.
Have you tried
Now
to
make a left
be at
turn
a certain
to intercept our GPS course.
navigation performance, usually like 0.2 or 0.3. Turn left heading 315. All right, let's do another rate 1 turn. Let's gain a little bit of altitude as well. Let's get ready to roll out. Cessna bots, roll out.
Once the CDI
You're like, Sam Witwicky, how the fuck did you get Michaela? That shouldn't happen.
001.
Sam Witwicky. Are you ladies man user blah 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 blah? Are you ladies man user blah 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 blah? Where are the glasses? We need the glasses. I'm glad I'm flying tonight, man. I was really looking forward to this. Today was my worst day of the week for work, man. I didn't sell 1 damn application today. Not a 1. Usually I hit my goal or I'm right at my goal. Like usually I'm like 4 apps a day. I'm not going to jinx myself, but Saturdays have been better than other days lately. So hopefully tomorrow, I mean, I know everybody in sales, you have an off day every once in a while, but to get 0 apps like that, like never happens to me. But you know, I shouldn't say never. Like twice, maybe once or twice a month it happens, but it's very infrequent. I don't like it. It's scary, man, because you don't know how long that trend's going to continue. But some of these calls you can't help. Sometimes they come in and you're either way higher than they're paying or they just don't qualify. I mean, sometimes you just can't help it. I had a lot of phone calls where they come and people don't even own cars, just looking to get prices, which is understandable. But I need the right policies, man. Like, I need people that own cars. But I was very cordial to them. I didn't make them feel bad. I didn't. Oh,
Please
shit.
maintain 5,000
I just
feet.
saw it. I am so sorry, Jeffrey. Jerk off Jeffrey. JJ. My bad, JJ. But yeah, those folks, even though they don't own a car, I didn't like rush them off the phone. I still took care of them because they're going to be buying that car, and they're going to need to get their
Now turn
insurance from
right
somebody.
to maintain our GPS course.
They're going to get it from me. They're going to get it from me. Look at that pretty turn. It's like playing a game of Tron.
This summarizes the
Following
basics
that
of old GPS
thing to the
navigation.
MCP.
It enables us to fly point to point with excellent accuracy. Our deviation from route centerline.
As long as
is
we
clearly
initialize our
displayed.
navigation system properly,
In the
it'll
next
be
lesson,
accurate.
We will introduce the effects of wind drift.
Oh, wonderful.
Great job.
You're still going to fit. I'm still not going to get a perfect score. You are not going to give me a perfect score. You are a dick. Told you. Fuck this fucking guy. All right, let's do our next lesson. There's 28 lessons and 2 final tests. So we have a long way to go still. All right, effects of wind. This will be interesting. I always like the effects of wind and how to calculate the difference depending on how the wind is. I want to get good at crab landing. You know, point my nose into the wind and just kind of drift in, and then at the last minute just straighten my wheel, you know, my rudder out so the nose straightens out, and then I land right on the center line. One of these days I'm gonna be much better at center line landing. There are days where I have very good landings on the center line. They've been very soft. Almost every landing lately has been very soft. Just that center line, I just have trouble catching that thing sometimes. Not sometimes, most of the time actually. If we're being real. It's almost 10 o'clock already? Shit, it's getting late. Shit.
So far, we've been operating in still air conditions.
Yes.
But this is about to change.
Thank you.
How the wind affects us depends on the direction and speed of the wind, and the direction and speed of the aeroplane.
I want to play Train Simulator
Before getting
again.
airborne, our weather report suggested
I'll
a
probably
wind from the
download it.
north at around 20 knots. I've set
Play it for
the
5
course
minutes and
knob
get
to
bored.
indicate the wind direction for illustration. As we are heading north, the wind is a full headwind, which has the effect of slowing our progress over the ground. With a cruising airspeed of 100 knots, we apply our headwind of 20 knots and get around 80
Headwind.
knots
Isn't that
ground speed.
Headwind? Isn't that the name of the owl
Now
from Harry
make
Potter?
a left turn onto heading 270.
Kidding. I know it's Hedwig. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm not a fan of the wind option you have here. I like the one that shows the crosswind. But let's see if he has us change how it looks. Maybe this is like the first option he'll show. Oh no, he's now showing us that we have wind. Getting ready to hit our port side.
As we have now turned to the west, the northerly wind is fully off to our right. We now have no headwind component, but have gained a crosswind component of 20 knots.
That's right.
We are now seeing the difference between heading and track. Flying on heading 270, the northerly wind will be taking us with it at 20 knots. What we need to know is what drift angle this creates, as this will affect our track over the ground. This can be roughly calculated in 3 steps.
Okay.
Firstly, we need to calculate the angular difference between our longitudinal axis and the wind direction.
Okay.
The longitudinal axis runs from nose to tail.
Makes sense.
As the wind is from 360 and our heading is 270, we have a 90-degree difference.
Yes.
As the effect of crosswind increases with increased angles, we want to determine how much of the wind speed is affecting us laterally. We can use a clock face method to determine this, where we consider the crosswind angle as though they are minutes on a clock face.
Okay.
For example, if the wind was from 30 degrees off our nose, 30 minutes is half an hour, so we would apply half of the wind speed, 10 knots. If the crosswind angle is 60 degrees or more, we apply all of the wind speed, 20 knots. 15
I don't get
degrees,
that.
15 minutes is a quarter of an hour, so we apply a quarter of the wind speed, and so on. Right now the wind is 90 degrees from our heading. 90 degrees counts as 60 minutes or more, so we apply all of the 20 knot wind
Oh,
speed.
I understand what they're saying
The
now.
final step is to consider our ground speed. With a 60 knots ground speed, 20 knots of crosswind component results in 20 degrees of drift. As ground speed increases, the effect of the crosswind reduces. Doubling our speed to 120 knots would result in half the drift angle, just 10 degrees. So, as an example, the wind is currently from 90 degrees from our right. So, as this is 60 degrees or more, we consider the full wind speed as our crosswind component, 20 knots. If we were flying at 60 knots, this would give 20 degrees of drift angle.
Right,
But
because it's
as our
20
ground
knots.
speed is actually nearer to 120 knots, as seen on the MFD, we will halve the 20 knots to give 10 degrees of drift angle.
Ground speed 115.
Looking
okay.
at our HSI with a heading of 270, our magenta track diamond sits around 260, showing the expected 10 degrees of drift. Let's try another. Turn right to heading 315.
We might have to do this one again, because the FS Academy Interceptors cucked us on the material this time. 0 to hero, we had a wonderful PDF you could download for every single lesson, and everything that he said was in there. This
Let's
time they didn't do
compute
that
our
shit.
drift angle for this new heading. With the wind from 360, a heading 315 gives a crosswind angle of 45 degrees. 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour, so we will apply 3/4 of the 20 knot wind speed, which is 15 knots. At 60 knots
Do we have to do
ground
anything?
speed,
Can't we
this
just
will
let the
give
magenta
15
diamond do it
degrees
for
of
us?
drift. But with the ground speed nearly double this, we will halve our 15 to give approximately 8.
That's crazy.
We therefore expect 8 degrees of drift to the left, and this is again evidenced by our track diamond
Oh
on
shit,
the
we need to
HSI.
gain a little bit of altitude.
In your Nav1 radio, please tune the Guernsey VOR, frequency 109.4. Now that the Guernsey VOR is tuned, we look for the ident to appear beside the frequency at the top left of the PFD. Set the bearing 1 needle to Nav1. Now turn the course knob to centre the CDI with a 2 arrow. Now disregard any wind drift and turn left onto a heading that matches the course you have set.
You got it. So $60
Now we are flying with our nose pointed
is
directly towards
full.
the VOR, but not accounting
45
for the wind
is
coming from our
3/4.
right. You can see that the track diamond is off to the left,
we have to do this one
indicating
again.
our expected 10 degrees of drift angle. If we continued like this, we would see ourselves be pushed to the left of track, as seen by the CDI deflecting right. Let's watch this happen.
I guess, what are we supposed to be doing? Just going straight? Oh, I know what they're trying to show us. That we're getting pushed off course. All right, what are we doing, buddy? I'm watching the needle. What are we doing? I want to do part of this one over again.
Already drifted off of course. To correct this, turn to the right, placing the track diamond a few degrees to the right of the blue bearing needle.
Oh, okay.
Keep tracking to the right of the bearing needle until the CDI recenters.
That's cool. Never really knew that's what that little diamond meant. I know what the magenta bar means when it starts going around when you're turning, but I never really knew what that dot meant. I figured it had something to do with the flight director, since the flight director's in magenta.
To place the track diamond onto our selected course to track towards the beacon.
Okay, that's a cool trick. Let's try spinning. That's a cool trick.
Inbound direct to Guernsey VOR. Continue inbound to the beacon, using the track diamond to keep you on course, watching the DME count down as we approach.
It's so boring. Can we start over again so I can listen to what you said before about the turns? Because we are going to have a test on this. I want to make sure I pass the test. I do. I don't want to have to retake it. I want to get my digital pilot's license. It's so close. I would set up the iFly 738 max before I shut off tonight and get it set up for tomorrow, but it doesn't save. Like, no matter how many times I save the configuration, I always have to go in and change shit. It seems like none of those settings save. Metric, imperial, hectopascals, everything. I always have to go in there and change it. The engines, the winglets. All right, hopefully once we get to the station here, we'll be done with this lesson and we can go back, and I want to do that beginning part again where he was like, you know, if your ground speed is such and such, forget what he said. I remember he said, like, if it's 30, you cut it in half. If it's over 60, it's like a full...
We're nearing Guernsey VOR, having utilised our track diamond to keep us on course, accounting for wind drift.
Yeah, that was a neat trick.
Next time we will look at holding pattern entry procedures.
Yay!
Well flown. Good job.
One thing I want to do is work on entering traffic around an airport. That's one thing I definitely want to work on. We're going to do this. Hey, my man. I wanted to do retry. Shit. That was cool, dude. Thanks, man. I appreciate that 100%. That does mean a lot to me. On a Friday night, after the day of work I had, yeah, that would be lovely. Thank you very much. Okay, I want to listen to this again. Just the part where he talks about the 60 seconds and this and that. I know. Oh, I should be recording this. I'm not recording it. It's okay. I'm not going to make a video of... Oh. No, I'm not going to make a video of this. Nobody cares about FS Academy. I think I'm like the only one alive who cares about this. I'll save my videos for like real flights. All right, shh.
So far we've been operating in still air conditions, but this is about to change. How the wind affects us depends on the direction and speed of the wind, and the direction and speed of the aeroplane. Before getting airborne, our weather report suggested a wind from the north at
I think that's how the Red Hot
20
Chili
knots.
Peppers said aeroplane.
I've set the course knob
back in the 90s when they were
direction for illustration.
Still kind of relevant.
As we are heading north, the wind is a full headwind, which has the effect of
I
slowing
like
our
that
progress over the
infinite
ground.
jade. Music
With a
is my
cruising airspeed of 100
aeroplane.
knots, we apply our headwind
Is
of 20
my
knots and get around 80 knots ground speed.
Okay.
Now make a left turn onto heading 270.
So 20 knots. Well, that makes sense. If we're in turn left, turn left 270. That makes sense if we're going into a headwind, that the speed of the wind would decrease our speed by the same amount. That makes sense to me.
As we have now turned to the west, the northerly wind is fully off to our right. We now have no headwind component, but have gained a crosswind component of 20 knots. We are now seeing the difference between heading and track. Flying on heading 270, the northerly wind will be taking us with it at 20 knots. What we need to know is what drift angle this creates, as this will affect our track over the ground. This can be roughly calculated in 3 steps. Firstly, we need to calculate the angular difference between our longitudinal axis and the wind direction. The longitudinal axis runs from nose to tail.
Okay.
As the wind is from 360 and our heading is 270, we have a 90-degree difference. As the effect of crosswind increases with increased angles, we want to determine how much of the wind speed is affecting us laterally. We can use a clock face method to determine this, where we consider the crosswind angle as though they are minutes.
Crosswind angle, okay.
For example, if the wind was from 30 degrees off our nose, 30 minutes is half an hour. So we would apply half of the wind speed, 10 knots.
So if the angle is 30
if
degrees,
the crosswind angle is 60 degrees or more,
you apply all of it.
The wind
Okay,
speed,
that
20
makes
knots.
sense.
15 degrees, 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour, so we apply a quarter of the wind speed, and so on. Right now the wind is 90 degrees from our heading. 90 degrees counts as 60 minutes or more, so we apply all of the 20 knot wind speed.
Okay, that's all I wanted to hear. That makes sense. Wonder if this is going to take us to the main menu. I like to do one more. I like to do the holding pattern. I tried these Navigraph ones. I'm not a big fan of those Navigraph ones. They don't teach you as you're flying. They just tell you, here's what you need to do, and then at the very end, we'll grade you on it. We're not going to help you. Like, it's not like this, where, you know, you have a flight instructor with you. Now, the main difference between these the FS Interceptor that we're doing tonight, and the difference between this and the FS Academy 0 to Hero, is that this is the one tonight is the one that's available for Simulator 2024. 0 to Hero is only for 2020. So that's definitely a big difference. A big difference. My little baby Cessna. Oh, it's got my tail number in here for tomorrow, my WestJet tail number. Damn it. Shouldn't be on there. That's my WestJet number for tomorrow.
Holding patterns and their
WestJet
entries are an essential piece to the
1360.
IFR puzzle.
Full service from
We may
Edmonton
need
to
to
Palm
fly a holding
Springs.
pattern in order to wait for our turn to land at a busy
Takes off
airfield,
early in the morning so
or
we
to
can see
align
a
ourselves
sunrise.
ready to commence an instrument approach.
Alright, bitch.
A holding pattern typically uses a navigation aid, such as a VOR or NDB, as
That
its
is true.
source, or holding fix.
Mm-hmm.
Around this fix is a racetrack pattern, usually with the right-hand turns.
That is true.
It is formed of an inbound course to the fix, then a 180-degree right turn, followed by an outbound leg of 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
After the minute has elapsed, we then make another right 180-degree turn onto the inbound leg, returning us to the fix.
That's true.
The inbound leg toward the fix is on a specified track. Getting onto this inbound course is our goal. We are nearing Guernsey VOR, approaching from the northeast. We will assume an inbound course of 270. Set the CDI to course 270. Use the bearing needle to continue flying directly towards the VOR. There are 3 main methods of entering a holding pattern. Which one we use is defined by the direction of approach towards the holding fix.
That is true.
The methods are named direct, teardrop, and parallel entries. If we are arriving at the holding fix on a heading near to the inbound course, then we can perform a direct entry, which is what we will cover in this
You really
lesson,
have almost
followed by
180
a
degrees
standard holding pattern.
that you can use for a direct
Consider
entry,
for a
actually.
moment that the holding fix is on a clock face, with the inbound course pointing towards 12. If we arrive at the fix between the 4 and 10 o'clock
I want to watch
positions,
Dune,
we
the
perform
original
a direct
Dune.
entry. With our course set at
Pull the
270,
trees.
we are approaching from around the
The new
5
Dune is
o'clock
pretty good. I'm
position,
not a big
putting us
Zendaya
within
fan,
the
but she was
direct
pretty good in that
entry
movie.
sector. We arrive at the holding fix, then start a right turn onto
I like
the
the chick that
outbound
played
leg.
the kid's
All
mom.
turns will be at rate 1.
The one who became the
Once
I
we
don't know, the
reach our
weird
outbound heading of
mother of
090,
dragons
we
or whatever
time
the
for 1 minute.
hell she became.
After 1 minute has elapsed,
The-
we turn
the
right
Muad
once more,
Alim or
and this
whatever
should
she was
bring us
called.
onto a course 270
Muad'Dib.
inbound to the VOR. Flyers
I probably
to the
shouldn't be
Guernsey
talking
VOR
during the
are
lesson.
using the bearing needle, and we will perform a direct entry.
You got it, pal. No wind this time, huh? See, you should have incorporated wind with this one too. That way we have to practice. By the way, hit like, hit subscribe. It's this the HBO show on Friday night, the Help a Brother Out show.
Now make a right turn to heading
Become a member,
090.
super chat, some kicks. Oh shit! Oh yeah, turn right, heading to 90 degrees. What? All right. I don't know why we just wouldn't have turned left. No, I'm kidding. I know why we're not. Because we're making right-hand turns on this entry. Been nice. They should have had a chart that we could have looked at, like a landing chart, or whatever hold pattern we're doing, whatever the fix is on, like a real aeronautical chart. That would have been cool if they did that. Man, we're crushing this turn. It's a good turn, man. No rudder at all, just all ailerons. Aileron. Now we are almost at 90. Surprised he didn't have us bring our clock up. Unless he's going to count down for us, but they should have had us practice getting the clock up and all that. Clock's down here on the bottom row.
We have completed the turn to the outbound heading and will now time for 1 minute.
Well, he times it for us, so. At least I'm pretty sure he does. I'm not timing it. I think he does that for us. If he doesn't time us, I'll restart and I'll time it. But I'm pretty sure he times us.
One minute has elapsed,
See?
so make a right turn to intercept the inbound course 270.
I forget that the British chick or the Scottish chick's name that plays Muad'Dib's mother. The one who was secretly Harkonnen's daughter. Ooh. It was, I think her real name was Rachel something. I don't know. Yeah, Rachel Ferguson, that's it. Guys are like infatuated with her, man. Like, she's pretty. I don't know if like infatuated would be a level I would use to describe what it is I feel when I look at her. She's definitely pretty. She's got a good body, but I don't know if infatuated. Like, some of these guys are just straight simps. They just be simping for anything with a heart-shaped box. Hey, look, we're
Please
just underneath the, we're
5,000
right
feet.
over top of the airport.
We should now be established on the course 270 inbound to the VOR. We are correctly positioned on the course
we're a little
270 to the fix. Maintain this to the VOR.
You don't say anything about my altitude, bitch. Better not. I'm fixing it. It'd be nice if we had a choice of airplanes to use with this. Whether it's the DA-62 or one of the Cub crafters. Boy, that new Dassault Falcon looks awesome. From, I forget who's making it.
VOR, we have completed our direct entry. Make another right turn
I put it up
onto our
on-
outbound heading 090.
I put it up on Discord this morning before work. Man, that thing looks awesome, that Dassault Falcon. I can't wait for that thing to come out. I don't think it's InnoBuilds that's making it. I forget who's making that thing. That thing is fresh, man. I can't wait to get behind a Dassault Falcon. That is my favorite general aviation airplane, is the Dassault Falcon. I just think it's so cool with the 3 engines. You know that plane means business, man. You don't give a fuck about carbon and how much carbon your footprint is when you're flying that thing. That's a big middle finger to all the black-pilled woke green tards that are out there. Oh, the Earth is going to explode in 2028 because the Mayan calendar ends and cows emit too much gas. We need to stop eating meat because the flatulence from cows is killing the Earth.
Which we would fly for 1 minute.
No
In
bits.
summary, if we are
India
approaching
and
the holding
China,
fix for a
their emissions
standard
are killing the
right-hand
Earth.
hold
Not
for
America.
between
Leave us
4
alone.
and 10 o'clock from the
Wrangle in
course,
China and
we
India.
perform a
Get them to
direct
stop.
entry. We
Stop
flew
doing
to
what
the
they're
fix
doing
and
to destroy the
immediately
ozone
made a
layer.
right-one turn to our outbound
Carbon
heading.
is good.
If approaching at a
We
more
need carbon.
extreme angle within the direct entry sector, such as from 9 o'clock,
Without carbon,
we
the sun
pass
would
the
bake
fix,
us.
then fly wings level for around 10 to 15
Without carbon, we
seconds
wouldn't have
before
photosynthesis.
making our turn to the outbound heading.
You'd have no
Nicely
oxygen.
done.
Hey, Opa! Another lesson. Maybe we'll do one more lesson tonight. Grab it on for about an hour. Yeah, we'll do one more lesson. Yeah, we'll do one. Let's do a teardrop entry. You know what? We should probably I tell you what. I tell you what. We're gonna watch my video first on how to do a teardrop. Let me get it up here, and then we're gonna watch this and see which one might be easier. Let's see here. Let me get it pulled up here. Oh yeah, I remember this intro. Only 2 likes. That's a shame. Today, it's for one of the handcrafted airports here in Microsoft Simulator for New York Stewart International. From that 320 to line up with runway 9 to make our landing. So as you can see, this is a really steep entry if we were going to. Right, because we're coming in from here, I think. So we're going to be doing a teardrop into here. Try to do a direct entry. You might be able to do it, but you know, you're going to be really wide and not really leave yourself enough room to line back up with the runway, and then you're going to have to do a go around. And so what we can do is, if you take your rose compass, like I have on the screen, and we draw a straight line. Look at that handsome young man. From 252 to the middle of the rose compass. So 252, draw a straight line right to the middle of the rose compass. Yep. Now, since we're making right-hand turns, we need to go 70 degrees to the right. So we have 252 plus 70 degrees. I probably should have had 272. I think I got that mixed up. From that 322. But it's the same principle. Draw a straight line to its reciprocal value. Yep. The reciprocal of 322 is 142. See? So now we draw that line. And now you can see we have 3 sections now. Yep. Direct, a little teardrop, section, tiny section, parallel, tiny, medium-sized section, and a large section. Yep. The tiny section is for teardrop. T is for tiny. It's teardrop. The next biggest section is parallel entry. And then the half of the rose compass would be direct entry. Yeah, see, that's that easy. That's all you need to do to figure it out. That's all I wanted to show. All right, let's get ready to do this again. Let me get my musicals back on. Oh, music. Okay, so that's good. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show. A little bit right there. Okay. I really like the new OBS format with how to mute and unmute and all that. It's much easier than it used to be. It's much more visual as well. It's nice. The icons are really nice now. If anybody from OBS is watching, just wanted to say it.
We will now
I doubt anybody is.
From another
nobody watches me anymore. Nobody cares anymore.
O'clock position. Continue towards the VOR using the bearing needle and set the CDI to a holding inbound course 270. direct entry sector applies when arriving from between 4 and 10 o'clock positions. The teardrop entry applies when we arrive from between 10 and 12 o'clock. The teardrop entry has us fly to the holding fix, then turn to an outbound track that is 30 degrees from our outbound leg. For example, for our 270 inbound leg, our outbound leg will be 090.
That's true.
We will fly a track 30 degrees to the left of this, heading 060. Set heading 060 with the heading bug. Again, we are flying in still air conditions, so there is no need to make drift corrections in this example. Once we turn onto our heading 060, in still air we fly for 1 minute, then turn right onto our inbound course 270.
I'll time it this time.
Fly us to the VOR and then make a right turn to heading 060.
Let's wait for CDI indicator to start moving. Hey, we can see the indicator is getting closer now, so it looks like, yep. Let's just keep on following this bearing needle here. Oh shit, we're a little low.
Please keep us at 5,000
I know,
feet.
I just said something. Just said something.
We are reaching the holding fix, so turn right onto heading 060. Now that we have reached our outbound heading, we start timing for 1 minute.
Alright, timer set. Let's see whose minute is closer, mine or yours. It's always a contest between the Jedi Master and the Padawan, or Sith Lord and the whatever Sith sidekick. Whatever the sidekick is called. There's always two, a master and an apprentice, that's it. All right, we're at 41 seconds. Now we're going to turn to the right, probably back to 270.
1 minute has elapsed, so make a
Not
right
really.
turn onto our inbound course 270.
I have the same kind of thing on the yoke here, which comes in handy at times. Especially, there was a flight I did a couple of weeks ago where we did a holding pattern. It was a flight from, I think it was from Houston to Cabo San Lucas. Pretty sure that was the flight, from Houston to Cabo San Lucas, and Say Intentions didn't have us descend quick enough. Oh, we're not doing the right kind of turn. Let me get us set up on the turn instead of talking. There we go. Yeah, Say Intentions had us descend too late. So I had to do a holding pattern to drop down to the right altitude. And I used the chronometer on here. See, our CDI indicator, this blue arrow is almost lined up. Once it lines up, we'll be lined up. CDI indicator will be straight up and down. Into pipe, 5x5. There's our airport. See, yay, airport. I wonder why they chose this airport out of all the airports.
We are now aligned with our inbound course, which should have us flying the course 270 to the VOR. We are flying towards the VOR with the CDI centered, and so have completed our teardrop entry. Flyers to the VOR on this 270 inbound leg, then make a right turn onto our outbound heading 090.
You got it. So essentially we're letting the needle flip and then we're turning around. Flipping. Once it flips, once it gets to the very end, we'll turn around.
Now turn right onto our outbound heading 090.
That's what I said. As soon as it goes off past that second dot, that's when you're flipping and you can make your turn or do what you need to do. But that's where where the needle's getting ready to spin and go from to to from, or from to to. Man, I'm upset. I thought that the FlySimware Learjet 35A, I thought that was going to be a free upgrade for Microsoft 2024. Man, them motherfuckers want $46 for that thing. I'm going to show you before I hang up tonight. I can't believe they want that much money for that airplane. That is criminal. The airplane is not that good. That is not a $46 airplane.
We have rolled out on our outbound heading and will now time for 1 minute. We are established in the holding pattern. To recap, if we arrive from between 10 and 12 o'clock, we make a teardrop entry. After passing overhead the beacon, we turn to a heading 30 degrees short of the outbound course. In our case, the outbound is 090, so we turned to 060, which we flew for 1 minute. The third type of holding entry we will discuss is the parallel entry. Great job.
Sweet, I think school's over for the night. That was good, man. I'm glad we did those lessons tonight. They were fun. Nice relaxing Friday night of education. Yeah, here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me turn off the sound of the game, because nobody just wants to listen to the sound of the game. Okay, so we have, let's go back home. Yeah, I cannot believe this thing is $45. Now it's $45 because I own the 2020 version. If you don't own the 2020 version, then it's going to be $65. Oh, you know what? I should rent this for 99 cents and then try it. Let's rent it tonight. I wonder, oh, look, I can rent it for 3 days for $3. That is pretty cool, actually. In career mode. Yeah, I want to look at this thing. Let's rent this thing. I hope I'm not getting ready to dox myself. This might not go through. I don't think I put money on this card. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, see, I don't have money. That's my PayPal card. Oh, that didn't work either. I think I have enough money on this card. I don't use my real debit card for anything. I use PayPal or Cash App, or I transfer money from my real account into one of these accounts. Oh wow, none of this is working. No shit. Well, let me give me a second. Let me add money on my PayPal card. Yeah, if I can rent this thing for a couple of dollars, that'd be great. Maybe we'll do a quick flight with it tomorrow, or I want to start it up tonight and see what it sounds like. I want to play around with it for a minute before I go upstairs. Come on, PayPal, stop being a bitch. Come on. This phone is so slow. Yeah, see, this is about what I think. 2 out of... See, these people think the same thing I do. I'll favorite it for now. Oh, I don't want to add it to my wish list. Thought that was favoriting it. All right, add money. Finger. Fingy. My fingy. No, I don't want to add 150. Let's just add like 20 bucks. All right, there we go. Now this should work. Oh shit. Goodbye, phone. You can stay down there. I don't need it right now anyways. Now, I'm not worried about the navigation system being correct or any of that because I don't have the AIRAC downloaded anyways. By 10 days. Oh, wow. Look at that. So you get another little discount. That's cool. Now I'll add it to my wish list now. Now we're getting closer to what I think the airplane is worth. Another $20 off. Another $20 off, and I'll think it's worth it. All right, let's give this airplane a try. Let me set my controls to just normal controls. Oh, good. Profile 1 is there again. Let's see here. Nope. Okay. Okay, profile 1, exit. Let's see here, Learjet. Okay, and that's a medevac one. Let's see what we got here. Cargo. We'll do passenger. It doesn't matter. We'll just stick with cargo. Who gives a fuck? Let's just get into the airplane and see what it looks like and sounds like. Okay, let's see what this looks like. The 2020 version was okay. I remember the tablet being really good, but most of the checklists you couldn't interact with the airplane. Like most of the checklists you just could not interact with the buttons. There's no way that big ass plane's gonna beat this little airport. Come on, Microsoft. Fucking trolls. All right, let me put my keyboard up top here. What? There we go. Oh, you know what? I don't really care about live time. I'm sorry, about live weather. We can put clear skies in. Oh, clear skies are in. Okay, good. Whoa, hello. Oh, let me turn sound on for the simulator here. All right, so no sounds when you're moving stuff. That's not good. We're off to a bad start already. All right, well, that sounds okay. Now, I remember being able to interact with a lot of that stuff while you're inside the airplane. Let's see what my frames are. My GPU. Extra batteries for the tablet. Okay, utilities. Okay. Cabin lights. Okay, so you can just use the roller ball, the roller on your mouse to cargo. I mean, to scroll up and down. Okay, so that all looks good. Okay, so we have failures, scheduled. That's interesting. Fuel page is very nice. Pounds, gallons. Well, that's because we're in Imperial mode. Pneumatic page. Oh, okay. All right. I see what you're trying to do. Trying to be like Black Square. I see what y'all are trying to do. Avionics. Oh, yeah. I like the GNS. We can put in actually the GTN 750 we can put in. I got subscriptions for that. Okay, options. Sound on. Okay. Very cool. Performance. Takeoff. Oh, look at this. That's very interesting. Okay, now let's go to checklist and see what they have here. If I can choose a checklist. Okay, let's turn on everything. I think the parking brake is set. My feet on the brakes. Now that is interesting. Oh, since there's no hydraulic pressure, I don't think I can put the brakes on. All right, no problem. We'll just put our chocks back in for now. All right, can't do that either. All right, we'll just sit in here then. All right, that's good. Pre-start. See, passenger mask valve. I don't really think any of that stuff really matters. Let's just turn batteries on and shit. All right, battery 1 and 2. Fuel computers are on. Nose up, nose down. Okay, that all looks good. Alright, fasten seatbelt signs. Okay, those are armed. That all looks good. Oh, you know, I don't need to put avionics on right now. Alright, let's start our engines and see what they sound like. Do we have any fuel pump switches? I haven't looked at the owner's manual for this thing in a while. I don't think we do. Nope. Okay, that's air start. Oh, here's fuel pumps. Right, standby pumps are on. Oh, there. Oh, yeah, here's start right here. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, that sounds great. Wow. What's up, Chakra? Let's close up these doors. Thought there was something over here I can click on to close this up. Thought it was just like right up here. There we go. Alright, fuck it. We can close it from up here. Wow, that sounded great. Alright, let's put on that generator. Reset. And then on. Oh, I forgot to put the fucking thing on. Shit. Hang on, let me restart real quick. I forgot to move the levers. That engine sounded great. Oh my god. That might be worth the price of admission alone. No, Diet Mountain Dew, no. Yeah, I've been drinking a little Diet Mountain Dew again. Not overly proud, but I haven't eaten any Doritos, so that's a win. I haven't eaten any cookies, any chocolate. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good. All right, we already have the brake on this time. Let's leave the brake on. Okay. Let's do this again. Battery 1 and 2. Primary inverters. I think we can leave air ignition off, actually. Oh, yeah. Forget about it. This thing sounds amazing. See, does this work? See, this is the reason why you're not worth $45. Good. So one works. Let me see. Let me just go back here and see if anything else lit up. Okay, nothing there. So we have failures, but okay, so engine fire works, but there's no sound. No stall. Let me see, do we have to have stall turned on? Let me just make sure. Alright, so the master warning flash is great. Oh, there we go. Okay, alright, that works. Now let's try trim over speed. Okay, pitch trim comes on. That's a good start. Alright, I might stand corrected. Maybe they did work all this stuff out. Okay, that comes on. Okay, alright, I stand corrected. A lot of this stuff works. And let's take this fucker up in the air real quick. Take off and see how it sounds. Okay, windshield heat on. Heato heats. Emergency battery and standby. Should have put the generator on. Okay, taxi lights. Oh, takeoff trim and spoiler. Alright, takeoff trim, we can fix that. Okay, that's good. Oh, the spoilers are right here. Okay. Okay. Let's take the parking brake off. Boy, textures. There we go. Alright, so where do I click again to bring this up? So I gotta click on... Okay, that. Where are the interior lights in here, like the brightness? Alright, steering lock. Click on that. Okay, that's yaw dampener. We have headset. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Does doing anything over here? Click. Nope. Oh yeah, that's right. Here's the cabin lights. An instrument and all that. Alright, park and brake off. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Where the hell did this building come from? Oh, we must have drifted forward. Is the brake on? Is that why we're not moving? Oh, I didn't realize the brake was on. I could have sworn I turned that bitch off. Wow, this thing sounds amazing. Holy shit, I might have to buy this thing. Just for the sound of the engines alone, my goodness. It doesn't do a custom tail number, that sucks. See, again, that's why I really don't know if this thing is worth 40. I really don't want to spend 40 bucks on this thing. I really don't. But these engines sound so good, I might have to. That's right, clicking on this pen hides the yoke. Okay, I hear them noises. Oh, we didn't arm our thrust reversers. Okay, now they're armed. Takeoff power set. Gear up. All dampener on. Okay, let's go heading mode. I thought there was an autopilot button I had to turn on. Hang on a second here. There was an autopilot button. Oh yeah, right here. That's right. Ah, there we go. All right, heading mode. All right, speed. Heading. Altitude hold, heading. Now that is very interesting that the autopilot's not working. Okay, that's altitude hold. Very interesting. That's weird. Did I miss something down here? I might have. It should work, I would think, by... Yeah, it's not working. I know there's a step I'm missing somewhere. There's got to be. Because it should just work. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, that's what I thought. There we go. Yeah, nice little airplane, I guess. I mean, it's not worth $45 or $65, but it's nice. We might have to get it. I'm going to do some more digging on this thing. We're going to do like a deep dive on this thing, I think maybe tomorrow after our, what's it called? After our flight tomorrow. In the IMAX, iFly, WestJet 737 MAX. All right, that's about it, my friends. I'm getting out of here. It was very nice seeing everyone tonight. Make sure you tune in next time, tomorrow night, same time, same place. We will be back with an all-new episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you stop by next time. Tell your mama about us. I think she would like the show. Anyways, all right, I will see y'all next time on the next episode of the Airplane Show. See ya!